Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name's Karleen and this is Hello Karleen, and I'm so excited that you found your way here. I hope you click like, subscribe, and share, and that you drop a comment in the comment section below this video. So this video is going to be on Elon Musk. It was a requested video, so we're going to dive into his energies and see what's coming up. And we're also going to have a look at, how is his involvement going to play out over time. So this is going to be quite interesting. But before we dive into that, I need to let you know that I'm doing a remote viewing course. It's starting in February. The description is in the link is in the description box below this video. Join us. It's 4 sessions over 4 weeks where you really learn to hone your skills. Even if you were born talented, gifted, it still benefits you to learn a structure, right? So even if you come in and you're a talented musician, you learn how to play music, right? It just helps you. And so this will help you hone your gift, hone your skill, get reliability and consistency in your intuitions, your visions, however you perceive information, and be able to put it down and gain some real accuracy in it. And the next thing that I want to remind you guys of is the trip, the retreat that is coming up in September. And it's going to be an amazing retreat where we get away. It's just a group of women that are having fun in the south of France, following the mystical trail of Mary Magdalene and the Cathars and the Templar Knights. And we're going to go see some really beautiful sacred sites. We're going to have a ton of fun together. There's going to be some ceremonies. There's some beautiful things planned, which I can't really put out here, but they are absolutely amazing. If you would like more information on it, just don't hesitate to reach out, send me an email, and also check the link in the description box below this video. And I'm more than happy to send you information. If you are thinking about a payment plan, yes, payment plans are available. So just reach out, connect, and don't deprive yourself of this possibility of a complete reset and a fresh start into your new life, and to really tap into your feminine energies, but also the feminine energy of the universe that is still here, believe it or not. And some of you have never experienced what it feels like to be in an environment or an area which is predominantly feminine, and this can really give you that experience. So join us. I'd be more than happy to have you with us. And just like I said, shoot me an email. The information is in the description box below this video. So let's dive into Elon Musk and what's coming up and what's going on and the things that are happening, and how this is all going to play out for him. So the world is kind of, because the United States and their policies and their stuff affects the entire planet. It's whatever decisions they make, it ripples out across the world and affects simply everyone. And this is why everyone is so obsessed, like literally obsessed with what's happening in that country. And so one of the things that we've noticed over the weeks, as you guys know, is that Musk has been very, very close, very close to the president and the presidential family. It's become a family affair. There's speak of oligarchy. There's speak of, him being the actual vice president, and so on and so forth. So it's quite interesting how this has played out. Now, Musk has not only done that, he's also started meddling in other governments and other institutions. And there is a thing about that. He's criticized the UK government for their handling of a graping, well, actually, yeah, it is a huge scandal. It really definitely is a huge scandal, and an issue that England has to have a look at. However, what it's being used for in Musk's way of bringing it up and out is also interesting. So it seems as if he's wanting to affect the governmental structures, or who's in power, and is targeting in particular Keir Starmer, and trying to possibly topple him from his position. The next country that he's been sticking it to has been Germany, and he's been criticizing Germany, and it's an occurring pattern, because there are others that are criticizing and coming down hard on other countries, such as a particular person coming down hard on France. And it's not that they're saying untruths about these countries, it's just the way they're going about it, the level of visibility that they have, the aggression in their tone, the almost bullying, which makes it suspicious to me that this is about more. And then when I look at going after Greenland, and basically by extension going after Denmark, it's become clear to me that this is also about something more. This is about NATO. This is about the UN. This is about these kind of the EU coming in, making a strong stance on the world stage. This is, we're not going to tolerate this and this and this, and we will out you. We will out what we have on you, and to put pressure on you through your people. And that is, I don't know, it's kind of sus to me, but I have to be careful how I articulate this right now, but it feels to me, and I'm not saying this is right, I'm not saying this is, but it came to mind that certain institutions and agencies have always utilized people in power and because of their connections, because of their business reach, their business connections, it was sometimes more expedient to utilize someone in power than to actually send someone in who had zero connections. Or if they came in, they would be starting at a level that was way too low to be in any which way significant or actually move anything. So it doesn't surprise me to see that these people in these positions of power are utilizing their positions for certain things, right, to push certain agendas. However, I've never seen it done that blatantly before, and that openly, and that almost, it's lowering the niveau, it's lowering the vibe, and I don't know what to yet fully think about that. But we're also going to dive into that and see if there's something to it and something behind it. So let's get to it. I'm going to start by pulling some angel cards for Elon Musk. I'm not going to dive into his past and his family and all of that because everybody knows that stuff, and if you don't, it's all over the internet. So I'm not going to waste your and my time and energy doing into that. So we're just going to pull some cards, and the first thing that we want to know, we're going to start at the basics, is Elon even human? Because there are questions, people have questions. And just like they've been talking about Zucks, who I'll be doing a video on as well, they're like, is Elon even human? And so let's have a look here. Is he even human? What's he here for? And Angel of Expiation of Errors. This is what comes up. This is interesting. This is Imamia. And then we have Angel of Universal Medicine. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then we have Angel of Mission. Yeah. All right. So it did come out. Angel of Fertility is at the bottom. Spirit made me look at that. So there are several angelic currents, and I'm going to work with the angel energies the way that I really work with them, and I believe that they are, and they are higher principles, and they are advanced, and they are extreme principles. So that means extreme. If you think of the color red, they are the epitome, the very source of that color red. And some of them may even fall into the archon category or the archetype category, but some of them are not. They're epitomes, though, of source energies or source currents or source flows. And so the flows that are flowing through Elon is that he wants to correct things. He wants to be a corrector. He wants to correct errors. He wants to correct the errors of humanity and correct the errors of his past. Possibly there's something in him that makes him want to correct things, fix things. He's a fixer. I don't know if this is part of his role in the family system. I'm not quite sure, but it feels when looking at this angelic energy that he wants to correct errors that run through humanity. Angel of Universal Medicine. This just came out today, yesterday for Americans possibly. But one of the things that Trump is funding is this $500 billion package into AI development with Oracle, OpenAI, and some others. And so he's planning on putting that investment in. Now, Altman and Musk have had a long-standing tete-a-tete kind of thing. Musk is deeply triggered by Altman. It doesn't feel like he's, I don't know, respects him too much or what have you, but Musk came out swinging, saying it's a load of BS, that they don't have the money, 500 billion, to even invest in that, and it's all crap. And Altman's like, well, and so Altman and someone else, I think from Oracle, came out and spoke about the advancements that they're going to be making with AI, and they're really focusing on societal engineering. This is what we've been warning people about. It's now coming out that they're planning on implementing cameras in every aspect of human life in America, and so every citizen will be watched, and this will hopefully or supposedly incentivize them to act in a better way, to act accordingly. So they're literally doing this behavioral therapy modeled on the Chinese model, which people have been warning people about for years now. This is the plan. We'll see if they actually implement it. The second thing that they want to do is dive into medical innovations. And while I do believe that AI can be of immense help with human supervision, with human interaction, with humans still being there to analyze diagnoses and things of that nature, they seem to be wanting to make it completely autonomous, where it even becomes person-specific jabs. So specific to individuals. And this is what they're really working on, and they're hoping that they'll be able to launch that very soon. They want to be the first to do that. They also want to be the first to utilize AI in cancer treatments and therapy. And I wrote an article about that on my Substack. If you guys are not on Substack, you need to get on there, because every now and then I have a stroke of genius. And I wrote about that because I actually went to a talk that was held by the head of AI medical advancement, something like that, at Moderna, and he held a talk in the town I was in, and I went because, of course, this is something that we all need to know about, and he was stating exactly what is happening today and what they came out with today, and I wrote that article about 2 years ago, so go check it out. But in any case, the next one that comes up is the angel of fertility. He's definitely into solving this fertility crisis. It's a huge topic for Musk. He definitely is, you know, after they told us for years to hate humanity because we're like a plague on this planet, and we're a scourge, and there is overpopulation, and there are too many people, and we're all gonna, now they're running and saying, after they implemented all this stuff and created all these scenarios and these concepts and these principles and these pathways that made people not want to have families, now they're acting like they don't know why there's a population decline. Why don't people want to have kids in this atmosphere anymore? Why don't people want to have kids if they have to work 2 or 3 jobs just to stay afloat without them? Why don't people want to work if they have to go back to work after 6 weeks of having a baby? I mean, even when you have a dog, a dog handler, a true dog breeder is not going to sell you a puppy, like if they're genuine, that under 3 months of age. Under 3 months, you're not getting that puppy. But people have to return to work and hand over their 6-week-old children. I mean, it's so normalized now that certain sets, I don't think really think about it because it's just normal to them. But in other countries, it's absolutely not. And in any case, back to Elon Musk, he's stating that, well, it seems with this card, this angel of fertility, is one of the things that he's invested in is reversing the population decline. Now, he also has the angel of mission, and the mission, I feel, is this is the energy himself, is that he has a mission. Whatever that mission is, it doesn't really matter. It's just that he's in this developmental cycle, in this earth cycle, to experience what it feels like to be on a mission or to have a mission. He could have a mission to create the best Formula One car. He could have a mission to dive to the bottom of the ocean. He could have a mission to fly to Mars. And I feel like he kind of took over this from the book that his name comes from, and so he's living that life, if you will. He's implementing that for himself, And it really feels like he's taking it to heart. This kind of also reminds me of that Trump story, Baron Trump. If you guys haven't heard about it, look it up. There was a book that was written in the 1800s that details a time traveler named Trump, and Baron Trump, and so on and so forth. So go check it out. Now back to, is Elon human? There are aspects of this here where I feel it's indicating that there are aspects that are connecting to other things. Number one, that he got so many angel cards. Him and Baron Trump seem to be about the same height, and people are already posting stuff like two autists, because people are saying that he's autistic or on the spectrum. Baron, he may or may not be, I don't know. But they're comparing him with Musk, being these emotionally kind of seemingly disconnected, advanced thinkers' brains, extremely tall men, because they seem to be about the same height. So I don't know how tall either one are. I know that Baron is said to be almost 7 feet, is it? So Elon can't be much shorter than that, because when they were standing next to each other at the inauguration, they were both approximately the same height. So these are not only subconsciously going into our minds as the giants of humanity, right? So there's a whole thing around imagery and what we see and what our minds make out of it. So is he human? Is Elon human? And we've got the Page of Coins and the Magus. So it seems that, well, they're kind of saying that it's a human vessel, but there is a higher level energy that is connected to or through him that is working into this. Now, higher level does not necessarily mean better, so don't think I'm deifying him or anything like that. I'm just picking up the energies that are working through him at this time, and it does feel as if there's something non-corporeal, okay, let's put it that way, a higher vibrational something that is kind of working through him. Okay, so let's dive in and see what's going on with Elon and this whole, what is his mission? What has he come here to do? What is his real mission? What is Elon Musk's real mission? What has he come here to do? And is he trustworthy? Because there are a lot of videos and a lot of seers and visionaries that are usually pretty accurate have come out and said, like, this is not a trustworthy person. Humanity do not trust him. But everything he seems to say and do, he's selling it in a way where he's like, I bought X to save the freedom of speech. We're going to Mars to save humanity. We're going to, like all these things. He's giving a reason, a positive reason, but I'm not feeling the energy behind that as being necessarily altruistic either. I'm picking up more I wouldn't even say self-interest. It's almost, he's building a bridge to something, and what that is isn't quite clear yet. So what's coming up is the Seven of Cups, which is illusions and delusions. The Seven of Cups, the Lord of illusionary success. So this is stating basically that he's a visionary, yes, but he's going to have, with the current technology and the current level or state of human consciousness, maybe he's way ahead of his time, and he's going to have some difficulties implementing or getting things done the way he wants them to. Eight of Cups, he tends to abandon things as well. Now that's the thing I also picked up about him, is he seems to be he's not that generous guy, so if women are thinking, ooh, sexy billionaire who wants babies, I'd check into that a little bit more. He doesn't feel that, he may have been when he was younger, I don't know, but it feels like he's the type of person that goes through stages of really like closing off, not wanting to spend anything or give anybody anything. And then he'll open up again, and if you catch him in the right moment, you might get what you want. But he's very shrewd. Like he's not that some for you and some for you too. Like I don't see that. Here we have the Tower. He's plagued by failures. We might not notice it because he's showing up in such a confident way, and you wouldn't think that he is this guy who is, but he feels as if he hasn't really accomplished what it is that he's wanted to accomplish. He hasn't achieved what he's wanted to achieve, and he's on the inside, he's really demanding of himself. He's hard on himself. He kind of cuts himself down. We've got the Lust card. This is strength. This is the woman over the lion. This is harnessing your ambitions, your drives, your dreams. And this is also indicative, and this is what I also feel, is that he's also driven by lust. He's driven by his desire for something or someone. It does feel as if there's he is, I wouldn't be surprised if he takes blue pills, That's just the energy that's, coming here. But he does feel as if he's driven a little bit by that. I think he has Cancer energy. So Mars in Cancer or Cancer Sun, they tend to like the idea of procreation. They like the idea of literally creating new life, and that really gets them going. But also I feel like that came out with Epstein, that there was this belief, or a group of people that believed that they had superior DNA, and they wanted to propagate that DNA as much as possible. They wanted to keep that going. They wanted to make sure that DNA seeds the gene pool of humanity. And Epstein was quite open about that. He wanted to, on his ranch, he wanted to impregnate as many women as he could. That's what was one of his stated goals. And I feel like he's not the only one, like he clearly wasn't unsupported. Like he clearly had access to significant levels of support. And I feel like that's one of the tenets in a certain belief group or a certain circle, that they believe that they need to propagate their DNA. And I feel that Musk might be one of them. So, but lust is it's a powerful card. It's a card of passion. It's a card of ownership. I also feel, as I dive into the energies of this card, it feels like he wants to be your lord and master, and he definitely, I feel like he's exhausting to the women that he's with. He drains, and they eventually end up not minding having a relationship where he's gone most of the time, or a lot of the time. Eventually they get to that point, but I don't know. That's just what I'm feeling and picking up right now. So let's dive in even deeper. I'll get out my pen and let's see here. So Elon Musk, what's going on with him? What's going on with Musk? Oof. It really feels like I want to... Something with a Richard or a Wright. I'm not quite sure. Richard or Wright. Richard Wright, I don't know, but that name all of a sudden came into my mind. Maybe playing some kind of a role. At this moment that I all of a sudden tapped into his energy, I must have stumbled into something. But I don't know where it leads or what that means. Elon Musk. All of a sudden, I'm picking up on major daddy issues. Like, this guy has daddy issues, and that's why he's so bouncy around Trump. It's like he can finally be that kid that maybe he never was, maybe he was, I don't know, but he acts like a kid. And I heard a voice tell him, you're so annoying, stop being so annoying. And I feel like there's major pushback with him, legitimate pushback, not just people talking about it in the media and stating it. There is a pushback where he felt himself being pushed out of certain circles. I also feel this 500 billion that Trump promised is the first step of keeping Elon in line, because this billion is going to Oracle and OpenAI, of which Elon is not really, like he's looking at that, probably thinking, what about me? But he's already getting enough. So but it's clearly showing him, hey, you're not the only one. You're not the only one. And I feel it's one of the ways of keeping him in line. It definitely came as a surprise to him, and this is why he pushed back so much and stated that they don't have 500 billion to invest. So it's interesting because another thing is that this is actually not his to comment on, but he's commenting on it, so it's okay. What else with Elon? His daddy issues coming up to play. I also feel disappointment. Now, some people, they noticed him at the inauguration and they're saying like he was so happy, look at him being happy, and then others were like, no, he's not happy. And nurses that work in certain fields came out and said that is definitely not happiness. We recognize exactly what that is, and it starts with a K. It's probably, some were saying it's ketamine, who knows. But it seems that he sometimes has some kind of support, and I'm getting a resounding yes on that. I feel like he would be the type. I'm hearing that he does do consciousness research, by the way. So when he says that he doesn't believe that there's anything out there, he has never encountered anything, it's not quite true. He's just not ready to come out with it, or feels it's personal, or feels it's not on him to expose this, or the world is not in the right place yet. But it does feel like he has had encounters himself, or he knows about things. I also feel that he knows something about humanity's past. There's something about humanity's past that he has found out about or knows about that is not common knowledge. And I also feel something around multidimensionals. But back to his consciousness research, I feel like he would have experimented. He's definitely experimented with possible hallucinogenics or entheogens. It could be that he microdoses to expand his intuition, his inspiration. I feel that he is competitive. He's very, very competitive, and he's a power person. He wants to be in control and have power. And so one of the ways he goes about it, I'm picking up. I feel this is someone who's definitely micro dosing, okay? And to intellectually at least stay above the game. Because he knows that, the dogs are always yapping at his heels, and he's all about staying in control. He's all about staying in power and controlling the flow of things. He literally believes that he came in for a reason and a purpose. He believes in his purpose. So you can't believe in purpose if you don't have something in the background kind of giving you a purpose. You know what I mean? So in a backwards way, he does kind of believe in something higher, but what that is and how he's playing it out, I'm not quite sure, okay? I'm not quite sure. A lot of people say he's not on humanity's side. I feel he doesn't even realize that, he doesn't realize the forces in his subconscious, which are super powerful, that are directing his game. It feels as if a lot of people were talking about the salute, and they're saying, oh my gosh, he did a Nitsi salute. And then others came and tried to apologize and said, no, he didn't do a Nitsi salute. He did a Roman salute, but Roman salute is like this. Salve. That was it. Salve. That's a Roman salute. This is something else entirely. That is something else entirely. And he did it twice. And then they showed other leaders who have done the same thing, but they weren't called out on it. So there's something in his subconscious that people are picking up on, or that is triggering specific associations. And I am picking up on it as well. And I couldn't tell you, this may be that it's in his family line. I mean, he is South African. So, or his father was. So there may be that energy in his family line, but I am picking up this elitist kind of thinking in his subconscious, okay? And that elitist thinking, of course, leads to other things, you know, like you can go the list down. So I don't feel he's a friend of current humanity. Let's put it that way. I don't feel he's a friend of current humanity. I feel like it's more for him about the next gen, or the next generation, the next evolutionary cycle of humanity. And this is just a necessary step to get there. He's not about the current humanity. He's like, no. This is why it's leading to this society on Mars, yeah? So Mars is going to be interesting. What I've been told by Spirit is that it's not going to be what people, you know, it's not going to be a free-for-all in the sense that everybody can go there. But it's also not going to be limited by money or cash, in a sense. It will naturally be limited by money, obviously, and necessity. So if you're like a biologist or something, then you're probably going to get there. But in the future, they already have it mapped out. They are going to be doing DNA screening, okay? So only if you have specific DNA criteria are you going to get there. Are you going to be able to live there? And will you be able to procreate there? Because they want utopia. They want a better world than what Earth was able to produce. The second thing that they're going to be diving into after DNA screening is a bee society. I did a video on this, okay? You guys, you haven't, you know, a lot of people don't know what they're doing and the societal plans that they're already drawing up at universities. This was done at Harvard University. And I did a video on that. It connects in with Epstein and a specific doctor that was leading the DNA research development department at Harvard, which has part of which has since been closed down because it was funded by monies that came from Epstein. And the video is still up on my channel. So in any case, one of the things that he spoke about would be ideal for a human society was to evolve like the bees. Because the bees, he said, the best of the bees, the queen, she procreates. She's the only one that gets to procreate. And all the other bees, they are drones, and they have, you know, their specific duties in society. So they go gather honey, or they create the honeycomb, and or create home. And they also raise the young. So the human beings would have to develop, they're saying, to be so altruistic that they would be willing to raise the young that they themselves haven't brought into the world. And so only specific people would be allowed to procreate that had specific genetic markers and specific personality traits, and everybody else would be willing to raise all these kids. So it has to do, and that's what I kind of, you know, referenced in my video that I did on this, the Handmaid's Tale. But it's a genuine concept that they've been talking about and thinking about and researching, if that would be the next evolution of human society to go into that, also due to the fertility crisis. Okay, so that's part of what they feel would solve it, because they feel like randomly procreating, that's not a good thing. So in any case, that would be a thing on Mars, would be to this bee society. Why did I write that? That's what Spirit's telling me. And the next thing that they would be doing on Mars, so bee society, DNA screening, and the third thing is AI enhancements. Because we're naturally, biologically now adapted to Earth, regardless of wherever we originally came from. And so to readapt to a Martian climate, there would be AI, biology, tech advancements. So he's definitely a transhumanist. And that's what people have been calling him for a long time. That's exactly what he is. He's not about current humanity. He thinks current humanity is flawed, and he is here to fix things. And this is why we have here this card of the Angel of Mission, the Angel of the Expiation of Errors, because he doesn't believe that God created us perfectly, if we were created by a God. And there's certain information that he has access to that we don't, that references either where we come from or humanity's past. And so he feels that he might be able to help that or do the same thing. I'm not picking up that yeah, he really truly believes in a God, like a Christian God. And what's going to happen for Elon is what's next for Elon, what's coming up for Elon. Let me see here. Let me feel into this. What's coming up next for Elon? There are three, I feel like Spirit's telling me there are three major things he's going to get involved in. He's definitely going to get or continue to stay involved in the AI development of humanity. This is a big thing for him. The second thing he's going to get involved in is energy. Energy, energy, energy. And however that shows up. So the energy it takes to run the country, the energy it takes to, you know, American energy, period. And the third thing I heard he's going to get involved in is media. So this may be that he's already involved in, right? But he's going to expand even more. Media, he's going to ramp up the free speech thing. He's going to become kind of take on legacy media in a sense, you know, try to turn X into the media platform where everybody gets their daily dose of true information, in air quotes. And he's trying to rescape the landscape around that. So I feel like those are his three main focuses. But another focus is also, I do feel he's in service to his country. Okay, make of that what you will. And this being in service to his country, I feel like he may be working in a certain capacity to further the agenda. And the agenda seems to be to, there's something that they have their eye on regarding NATO and the EU, right? Which is a part of NATO. So putting pressure on them, which will put pressure on the NATO. And there's, yeah, and I feel that he's a part of that. Okay, he's a part of that. He's a part of that. So there's that. And yeah, Bond is, you know, those Bond movies that we all watch and we're totally entertained by him. Remember that they all came out of the reality of Ian Fleming, who was there during World War II and who was hearing certain conversations. He worked for the British intelligence during World War II, so he was privy to certain concepts and conversations, ideas that they had for the future, and he wrote that all in there. And the same goes for George Orwell, who wrote in 1984. And the same goes for Aldous Huxley, who wrote Brave New World. And Aldous Huxley's brother became a founding member of the United Nations. And that's a whole other rabbit hole that I won't, you know, hijack this video with. But in any case, when it comes to Elon, it feels like Spirit is saying those are the things that he's going to be focused on. And that his mission, as he sees it and as he is set for himself, is the expiation of errors. Expiation of errors. Wikipedia It is the 52nd angel of the 72 angels of the Shem HaMeforash. In the hierarchy of angels, Imamiya is a member of the principalities choir. It means the God hidden in darkness. Those born under Imamiya will have a strong and vigorous temperament. They will bear adversity with patience and courage. They will love work and complete tasks with ease. Astrologically, the spirit signifies atonements of errors. Imamiya destroys the power of enemies and humbles them, governs voyages, rules over the Gatic demon, this one, and let me see here, who is Elosis? This is the lower energy, right? So this is the absolute polar opposite, and this is a fire-breathing, lion-headed soldier riding a horse. His duties include teaching astronomy, liberal sciences, granting familiars. Okay. That doesn't tell me too much. Imamiya, let's go to the second link here. And I admit my mistakes. Imamiya is the angel who helps us recognize our mistakes, to repair our karma with courage, ardor, and bravery. It allows us to get out of a difficult situation, make peace with our internal, external enemies. So it feels like, as this angel is coming up, that he's also atoning for something possibly from a past life, that he's set up this situation to atone for something that he may have done in a past life. Yeah. So yeah, you guys can look that up and make of it what you will, but that's one of the cards that, or the angels that keeps coming up here. It's there to look up and read, but I'm mostly, you know, into, I'm picking up on this expiation of errors kind of energy that is coming up with him, that he really wants to make things right in his own way, but he thinks that basically he thinks the only way forward is transhumanism, and that we're already on the pathway there. This is unavoidable to him, and we're already not even setting the stones anymore. We're already walking the path. We're already walking the path. And we're already on that pathway. Alone through me connecting with you through this laptop or computer, we could say that this is an extension of myself. And so as such, it is a part of me and part of my consciousness and a part of, and so as such, we're already tied into this realm. And we're already, technologized, you know, especially through our cell phones, and that we carry it around with us all the time. They already have developed cell phones that are in your arm, that are implants, and they introduced that at a WEF Congress last year, and but people weren't ready for it. They were like, they looked at it and they're like, we're not quite there yet, but the tech is there. It's already been done. So that is definitely coming up in the future. And implants, you guys, it is, it's being done for a reason. And these implants are going to be doing everything. So monitoring us, creating medicines, calling medicines automatically, things of that nature. It's just going to run on autopilot, and to better the human machine. So that's what he's into, and that's what he's looking at. And his justification is that if he doesn't do it, then somebody else will, and that somebody else will have power, and will execute that power in a non-beneficial way, most likely, over others, if he doesn't stay in touch, stay in control, stay on top of things, and be a part of it. He doesn't see running away and sticking your head in the sand, as he would put it, as any which way, shape, or form beneficial. But does that mean that he's out for us, or that he's there standing up for us? I still feel no. I feel that for him, it's about the future. It's about the future humanity, the future version of humanity, and continue to pave and bridge the way there. And whatever dust falls by the wayside, it can't, that's not on him. That's just life doing its thing. And so, yeah, he's not going to be the savior figure that people are hoping for, but nobody can really do that. And that's the great disillusionment of this planet, is that wherever we look to be saved, whether it's in religion, where we look to gurus, or in other aspects of our lives, we look to leaders, we're going to be disillusioned by them, because that's what we're here to be disillusioned of everything that takes away from our own power, everything that takes away from our connection, our personal connection to the divine. So whatever we place between us and our higher selves, or us and God, or us and the divine, or us and the spiritual connection to spirit itself, the veil is going to be torn away from that, and it's going to be revealed to be what it is, and we're going to feel disappointed and disillusioned. And once we start taking ownership of ourselves, and as a collective as well, and we don't need these saviors anymore, we work through things, we are tolerant, we are kind, we take responsibility, and hold ourselves accountable, and so on and so forth, then these type of figures tend to fade away. But we'll see how long it takes before the disillusionment kicks in. But yeah, it's also, he is spearheading certain groups that are pushing forward. So these groups, I'm feeling, are rallying around him, and they're supporting him, and they're also taking care of his image. I also feel like I don't think he's going to give up on Tesla, but there's going to be a transformation when it comes to the EVs and Tesla. There's some kind of a change that's coming down the pipelines. He's also wanting to refocus his energies, his focus on something else, probably on the rockets and Mars and energy and media. Like, those are the things that are coming up for him. Okay, you guys, that's that. And I don't feel anymore when it comes to his relationships or his personal and private life. This is more difficult, because for me, immediately he comes up as extremely controlling, and that's what I felt prior. I said that, like, he can be heavy for the women that he's with, and unexpected in his viciousness, right? So unexpected in his retaliation. If he feels wronged, he will retaliate, he will defend himself, and it's not pretty when he does that at all. Not pretty. And he can be ruthless. He can be absolutely ruthless. And that is pretty much all I'm getting on his personal life. That, eventually he's going to continue like this for a while. Like, I don't feel that one person who's the end-all be-all for him coming in for him. He always will keep a guard up, or a foot in the door, so to speak, or a foot out the door. And we have here the Seven of Wands. So this is like the eternal bachelor type of energy. So yeah, he's going to have, a sequence of monogamous connections, and he feels loyal when he's in a relationship. He feels like he commits to someone, but he also feels like he sucks them dry. And he feels controlling, and he feels a little overbearing, and he feels like he can be mean and intimidating, and not physical in that sense, but psychological and definitely economic. And he knows how to play games, how to move the chess pieces on the board, and how to utilize people. He has a discernment for that. He knows where he can place someone. He knows how far he can push someone. He knows he has this intuition about people that he utilizes in more ways than one. So those ladies that are thinking, oh, Elon, I'm like, yeah, good luck. He was cute, way back when, a couple of years ago, but not anymore. And yeah, it's we'll see where it goes. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.